Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Before we start our lesson, we will begin with reciting surah. The first one will be Surah Al-Fatihah, Surah Taha ayat 1 hingga 5, Surah Al-Insyirah, Surah Al-Kafirun, and then Surah Al-Ikhlas by 3 times. After that, followed by selawat ke atas Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Kita niatkan selawat kita ni untuk memenuhi perintah Allah Subhanahu Wa Taala. Kita niatkan selawat kita ni untuk memenuhi hak Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Kita niatkan selawat kita ni untuk mendapat syafaat Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam di akhirat kelak. Dan kita niatkan segala bacaan surah dan selawat kita ni untuk kedua orang tua, keluarga dan seluruh umat Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Kemudian doa sebelum belajar, semoga dengan usaha ini akan membantu pelajar agar mudah memahami dan dibukakan hati para pelajar untuk mencintai ilmu. Okay?
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم
الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم طه ما أنزلنا عليك القرآن لتشقى إلا تذكرة لمن يخشى تنزيلا ممن خلق الأرض والسماوات العلى الرحمن على العرش استوى. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ألم نشرح لك صدرك ووضعنا عنك وزرك الذي أنقض ظهرك ورفعنا لك ذكرك فإن مع العسر يسرا إن مع العسر يسرا فإذا فرغت فانصب وإلى ربك فارغب. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل يا أيها الكافرون لا أعبد ما تعبدون ولا أنتم عابدون ما أعبد ولا أنا عابد ما عبدتم ولا أنتم عابدون ما أعبد لكم دينكم ولي دين. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد.
اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد 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 محمد اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل 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 محمد
Doa sebelum belajar. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Allahumma aftah alaina hikmataka wanshur alaina min hazaini rahmatika ya arhamar rahimin. Ya Allah, bukakanlah ke atas kami hikmat-hikmat-Mu dan limpahilah ke atas kami khazanah rahmat-Mu. Wahai yang maha pemurah lagi maha penyayang.
Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul 'uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. Ya Rabbku, lapangkanlah untukku dadaku dan mudahkanlah untukku urusanku dan lepaskanlah kekakuan dari lidahku, supaya mereka mengerti perkataanku.
Amin.
Amin, 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 Ya Rabbal Alamin. In this session, we will discuss about mode, median, mean, and range. And yes, you already learned this mode, median, mean, and range in year 7, but that part is more to practical, more to calculation, more to finding the mode, finding the median, mean, and also the range. Okay, and in this part, it more to theoretical part, it more to discussion, reasoning, and more to the comparing the use of the average, the disadvantage, the advantage of average, and also the range. When I say average here, that average I mean are mode, median, and mean. Okay, so can you please get ready with your notes, page 115 until 121, and your worksheet, page 81 until 82. Learning objectives. At the end of the lesson, students should be able to identify and explain the different purposes of mean, median, and mode. Sometimes this mean, median, and mode will be called as average. Okay, remember that one. Average for data analysis means mean, median, and mode. The second one, identify and explain situations when using the mean, median, or mode may lead to misinterpretations of data. Compare two distributions using measures of average and the range. And average here means mean, median, and mode. Okay? And last one, recognize when it is appropriate to use the mode, and sometimes this mode we call it model class. All right. appropriate to use median, mean, and range to compare distributions of data. And this will be our LO. Steps to success. So what will be our steps to success to achieve our LO? First, know how to calculate mode, median, mean, and range. You need to recall how to find mode, how to find median, how to find mean, and also how to find range. Second, identify the use, advantages, and disadvantages of the average and range. And when we say average here, again, it is about mean, mode, median. And next, capable to recognize when it is appropriate to use the mode, median, mean, and range to compare distributions of data and also to avoid the misinterpretations of data. Okay, so here will be the S to S to achieve our LO. Different purposes of the mode, median, and mean. The mode, median, and mean are measures of central tendency within a distribution of numerical values. Each of these measures calculates the locations of the central point using a different method. Choosing the best measure of central tendency depends on the type of data you have. Okay, so meaning here, each of these mode, median, and means, they have their own specific uses and they have their advantage and they have their own disadvantage, and it doesn't mean mode, median, and means fitted to use for every types of data. Okay, remember that one. So what to choose to be used between mode, median, and mean, it depends on the types of data that you are having. Okay, so that is what we mentioned here. Choosing the best measure of central tendency. Central tendency is the another name for average, and average is the mode, median, and mean. Okay. Okay, now here I put the use, advantage, and disadvantage of mode, median, and mean in one slide so that it's easy for us to compare and to see the difference use of mode, median, and mean, and also their advantage and their disadvantage. Okay, and first, the use for mode. Mode is used for non-numerical data. It used to find the most likely value. Okay, and the advantage of mode, very easy to find, not affected by very large or very small values, as this mode is more to non-numerical data. Can be used for non-numerical data. Non-numerical data means the data set is not in numbers, such as the colors of cars in a car park. Disadvantage, does not use all the values. Again, because this mode is more about non-numerical data. There can be more than one mode, and there can also be no mode, thus the mode is not always representative of the data. Next, median. Median is used for data with extreme values. And the advantage of median, easy to find from ungrouped data, non-affected by very large or very small values. Because median, we just take the middle of the data. Okay? And the disadvantage, as the median, only finding the middle of the data, or the middle of the data. So it does not use all the values. Okay, so it does not use all the values. If there is an even number of numbers, that means even number set of data. Okay, even number set of data, the median is found by averaging the two middle numbers. I'm sure you know about this one already. When we have even set, so we're going to have two middle number, right? And that two middle number, we need to find the average to get the median. Can you reflect that one? Please revise again how to find median, okay? And this means the median value may not actually be a number in the original data set, okay? And for mean used for data with values that are spread in a balanced way. And most of the time we are using mean, okay? And the advantage, easy to find, uses all the values to calculate the average, yes. The total for a given number of values can be calculated from it. And also, means also have disadvantage. Very small or very large values can affect the means, okay? So each of these average, mode, median, and means have their own use, their own advantage, and their own disadvantage. And from here we're going to review and we're going to choose which average that suitable, that appropriate to use in comparing data, okay? Type of data. Now, let's start with this activity 1 to compare data by using the appropriate average. Average here means mode, median, and mean. When finding an average, it is important to choose the appropriate type of average for a particular set of data. If the wrong average is used, the results obtained will be distorted and give misleading information. The keywords here is best measure. You need to choose the best measure for each data that you're going to evaluate, okay? So, the question is, you need to match the statement to the most appropriate average. And here will be the table. I will give you 2 minutes to try. One minute left. Okay, no. Number 1, it is about favorite football team, and this is about non-numerical values, so the average choose will be mode. Okay. Second one, we have Olympic men 100 meter times, and you can choose either median or means here. Why median can be choose in this data? Because we have odd element set 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, so it is about odd element set, and for sure the middle the median will be one of them. Okay, and why we can choose mean here? As you can see here, the numbers are more or less the same, not that too huge gap. So we can use mean. Alright. For part 3, non-numerical value, we have maths, tauhid, bahasa Arab, science, and bahasa Arab. So we can choose mode. Only mode that can be used to measure the non-numerical data. And number 4, we choose median. And why mean is not the best measure? Because if you can see here, the lowest value is 17 and the biggest value is 34. So we have huge gap here. Remember, one of the disadvantage of means will be apa? The disadvantage of means, very large value can affect the means. So we cannot use mean here. Alright? Very huge value, very huge gap here. So we cannot use mean. Alright? Number 5, we choose mean, and why we cannot choose median here? Okay? Why don't median? Look at the data set. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 element. Okay? When we have 6 elements, that means median, we need to find the average of the two middle values, correct? And the answer of that average middle value can be the value not listed in these elements. That is why median is not suitable here. Median is not really appropriate for this number 5. Okay. Number 6, we can choose median. Again, why we can't choose mean? Why mean can't be the best measure for this data? You look here, we have one huge value here and the rest is about 100 something, and here we have 400 something. So 489 is huge value, huge gap. So we cannot use mean. Okay, that is how you evaluate each of the average. You look for the use, you look for the advantage, you look for the disadvantage. All right. Moving on with activity 2, to compare data by using the appropriate average. Still about comparing data here. Okay, still about comparing data. And to choose the appropriate average. And now, the question is, Teacher Kyla told each student their test mark and only gave the test statistic to the whole class. She gave the class the model mark, the median mark, and the mean marks. So here, okay, part A, which average will tell a student whether they were top half or the bottom half of the class? Part B, which average tells the students nothing really? C, which average allows a student to gauge how well they have done compared with everyone else? And here I will give you 2 minutes to try. 1 minute left. Okay, now for part A, the answer will be median. For part B, the answer will be mod. Okay, why? Because mod is not mod is appropriate for non-numerical value, but here it's about marks, so of course marks is dealing with numbers. All right, for part C, the answer will be mean. Okay, which is best, the mod, median, or mean? Choosing the best measure of central tendency here is average. Average will be mod, median, and mean. Okay. Choosing the best measure of central tendency depends on the type of data you have. An average must be truly representative of a set of data. So when you have to find an average, it is crucial, it is important to choose the most appropriate type of average. It's at the mod, median, or mean. When you have a symmetrical distributions for continuous data, the mean, median, and mode are equal. In this case, analysts, the person who read the data, tend to use the mean because it includes all of the data in the calculation. However, if you have a skewed distribution, the median is often the best measure of central tendency. Skewed distribution means when you have data with huge difference, okay, huge difference between the higher value and smaller value. So we cannot use mean in this situation. So the best measure, the most appropriate, will be median. Okay. When you have ordinal data, the median or mode is usually the best choice. And for categorical data, you have to use the mode. Okay, whatever it is, although it's so wordy, this topic, but actually it is simple. As long as you understand the use, the advantage, and the disadvantage of each of the average, and you know how to compare this average with the range, and actually this topic is easy. Okay, don't be scared about the lengthy, the wordy, and lots of theoretical parts in this topic. Actually, it is not that difficult, it is easy. Just you need to understand the keywords, understand the use, the advantage, and the disadvantage of the average, and you will be fine, inshallah. Alright, don't be scared. Now, example 1. In a survey of 10 households, the number of children was found to be here. Here will be the statement. So you need to state the mode. You need to calculate the mean number of children per household. You need to calculate the median number of children per household. And C, you need to give reason, give answer for part C. I will give you 2 minutes to try. 1 minute left. Okay, now for part A, the answer will be 4. As you can see here, we have 4 3 times. So 4 will be the most frequent here, right? So the answer is 4. B, the mean. So you add all of the items and divide with 10, you should get 3.4. And the median, step 1, you need to rearrange the data, okay, from the smallest to the biggest value here, and then you find the position, okay, you find the position. And here we have even elements, so we need to find the average. We need to find the average, and you should get 3.4. All right. And if you forget about this one, how to find median, you need to revise, okay? You need to find out by yourself how I got 3.4. And C, a researcher says the mode seems to be the best average to represent the data in this survey. Give one reason to support this statement. Why the mode seems to be the best average. Here is one of the answer. The mode gives the value that occurs most frequent. So here mode can be the best answer. And you can try to think why not median, why not mean will be the best answer. You think about it by yourself. Okay. Example 2. The students in a class state how many children there are in their family. The numbers they state are given below, and I put the table here. And first, you need to find the mean, median, and mode for this data. And second, you need to find out which is the most sensible, most appropriate, best measure, average to use in this case. Okay, I give you 2 minutes to try. One minute left. Okay, now for mean, before that we construct a frequency table. We construct a frequency table to group all the information here so that it's easy for us to see later on. So 1, we have 10 times in stated in the data. 2, we have 12 times. 3, we have 4 times. 4, we have 1 times. And 7, we have 1 time. Okay, so the means will be this one. 1 times 10 bracket plus bracket 2 times 12 plus bracket 3 times 4 plus bracket 4 times 1 and plus bracket 7 times 1 and divide by 28. And you should get 2.04 after rounding off to 3 significant figures. And for median, the position is 14.5. So if you have decimal position, it means that the position should be between 14 and 15. Okay, and when we look at the table for 15, okay, when we look at the table, if we stop up to 1, you only up to 10 here. Okay, so 10 plus 12 and up to this 2, the total will be 22, right? So therefore, that 14 and 15 include in this 2. That is why the median is 2, right? For mod, so the most frequent will be 2. Which is the most sensible average to use in case? And the answer is either median or mod. Why we have the answer in terms of whole number. Next, example 3. 2 people work in a factory making parts for cars. Okay, and the table shows how many complete parts they make in 1 week. And here will be the data. And A, you need to find the mean and range for Rizwan and Kawi. Alright, I will give you 2 minutes to complete the mean and range. One minute left. Okay, now for Rizwan, we will have 20.8 for mean. And for Kawi, we have 24.2 for mean. Okay. And range for Rizwan, range equal to 22 minus 20, the higher value minus the lower value. That is how you find range. Okay, the answer is 2. And for Kawi, we have 36 minus 12, and the answer is 24. And for part B, you need to look for who is more consistent. And for part C, you need to find out who makes the most parts in a week. All right. And from previous part A, you already get mean for Rizwan 20.8, mean for Kawi is 24.2, and range for Rizwan is 2, and range for Kawi is 24. So if we're talking about consistency, you need to look for range. Okay, so I give you 2 minutes to try. One minute left. Okay, now for part B, the answer is Rizwan. Why? Because we have a small range. Okay, and please copy this down, the explanation. In exam, it is up to you whatever the sentence that you create to answer these questions, but it must include about small range. Okay. Now, but for your notes, please copy this down. In statistics, a range shows how spread out a set of data is. The bigger the range, the more spread out the data. If the range is small, the data is closer together or more consistent. Copy this down in your notes. And see who makes the most parts in a week. And the answer is Kawi, because Kawi have higher means. Last example before we stop. So here we have students in year 8 are arranged in 11 classes. The class size are given here. And for part A, you need to find the model class, mod. And for part B, you need to find out the mean class size. Okay, I give you 2 minutes to try. 1 minute left. Okay, now for part A, what is the model class size? And the answer is 24 students. And B, the answer is 26 students. Okay? And please copy this down. Mean equal to, you add them all, 23 plus 24 plus 24 plus 26 plus 27 plus 28 plus 30 plus 24 plus 29 plus 24 plus 27. Don't miss any of the items, and then you divide them by 11 and you should get 26. Now, the range of the class size for year 9 is 3. The range of the class size for year 9 is 3. And for part C, what does this tell you about the class size in year 9 compared with those in year 8? Okay, think about it. What can you conclude by this statement given? The range of the class size for year 9 is 3. Okay, I give you 2 minutes to try. One minute left. Okay, now, since the given information here is about range, why not you try to find the range of year 8 first? Okay, you already know the range for year 9, so why not you find out first the range of year 8? Okay, so the range for year 8, the biggest value is 30. Okay, range for year 8, range for year 8, I can write here. Never mind, you just listen. Okay, the range for year 8, the biggest value is 30 and the smallest value is 23. Therefore, we have 7 for year 8. Okay, year 8, the range is 7. So, year 9, the range is 3. Therefore, what can you compare the range of year 9 and the range of year 8? Okay, you can answer like this. There is more of an even spread of students in year 9, or if you can't understand this statement, you can use your own words, but as long as your reason, your answer must include the range of year 9 is smaller than the range of year 8. And once the range is small, once we have small range, that means we have more consistent. Okay, do like this. In exam, if you have this kind of questions, okay, whatever your answer is, make sure you must include the year 9, the range of year 9 is smaller than the range of year 8. And when we have small range, that means we have more consistent data. That's it. Alright. But for your notes here, please copy this down. There is more of an even spread of students in year 9, or copy this, all of this. The range of the class size for year 9 is smaller than those in year 8. Therefore, the class size for year 9 is closer together or more consistent than those in year 8. So that is how you answer the questions. And please, although this topic is wordy, lots of theory, but actually this topic is simple. In exam, it is just a simple, as long as you understand how to answer the reasoning part. Okay, so this will be the last part for our session, and don't forget to complete your notes, complete your worksheet, and thank you so much. We end our class always with reciting doa, and assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Doa selepas belajar. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Allahumma inni astaudi'uka ma 'allamtani fardudhu ilayya inda hajati ilaihi wala tansani ya Rabbal Alamin. Ya Allah, sesungguhnya aku menitipkan padamu ilmu-ilmu yang telah engkau ajarkan kepadaku, dan kembalikanlah kepadaku sewaktu aku memerlukannya kembali. Dan janganlah engkau lupakan aku kepada ilmu itu, wahai Tuhan yang memiliki semesta alam. Amin.